This demonstration is for another decorative origami piece. Now for this decorative origami piece, it requires 60 sheets of origami paper. Now, your origami paper, you want to start off with your square sheet, and if your color is on one side and not on the other, make sure that your color stays on the outside. So we'll go ahead and begin with our paper like this, once again, color being on the outside. You're going to fold it in half, creating your mountain fold. Once you have that done, go ahead and fold it in half once again, creating a smaller square. Now once you have this done, go ahead and lift this up here, making sure that it can face up towards the ceiling. And you're going to open this up. Place your finger in the inside of that, and notice this line here. You want to make sure that it's centered with this one here, and squash it down. So you're doing your squash fold. Go ahead and turn it over to the other side. You're going to take this side here. Notice how you have your line here. You're going to fold it back at that line. And then make sure that it can stand alone. Notice how it's pointing up towards the ceiling. Go ahead, place your finger on the inside. Once again, this line lines up with the center, and squash it down. Your next step, you're going to take this side here, going to fold it back just a little bit so it can stand up like a shark tail. And you're going to place your finger on the inside and squash it down, making a kite shape, an upside down kite shape. And to check to make sure it's centered, you're going to take a look at this line and this line and make sure that they do line up with each other. Go ahead and turn it over to the other side. You're going to take this side here, fold it back just a little bit so it stands up straight. Place your finger on the inside and squash down, making sure it lines up with the shape you have on the other side. Now once you're at this point, you're going to take this side here and fold it to the left. And then you're going to take this one here and squash it down like you did before. This will be our last one to create that kite shape. Now once you're at this point, what we're going to do, I want you to notice how you have all of these pages here, and you have all you have this one page on the other side. We're going to turn all these pages over to the right. So notice I just folded all those pages to the right. And if I turn it over to the other side, I only have this one page, and I'm going to turn it over to the left. Okay, so this is what I should be left with now. What we are focusing on are areas that have this line going across, and we're going to cover it. The way to cover it, you're going to look at this side of your shape here, and you're going to fold it to your center. And make sure that it doesn't go past your center. Now you're going to turn the page, and if you notice, it doesn't have that line going across. So we're going to turn the page again, and notice we have this kite shape that does have the line going across. So we want to cover that. Making sure that when you fold towards the center, it doesn't go past the center. And do the same on the other side. Now once you have this done, we'll go ahead and turn it over to the other side so it's not all grouped in one area. And notice we have our line here, so we're going to cover that. Going to turn your page. Notice we don't have the line there, so we're going to turn the page again. And this one's our last one to work with. So we have this side and the one on the left. Okay, our next step, we are going to look for all the solid diamonds. Okay, Okay, so obviously this is not a solid diamond because you still see some lines going here. Now, if I turn the page, this one here, to the left, notice I do have a solid diamond. So, what you're going to do with a solid diamond, you're going to take this bottom area here and you're going to fold it up. You want to make sure that this fold lines up with this line here, this side here. So what I'm going to do now, I'll go ahead and turn this to the right. Okay, obviously there's no solid diamond there. Turn this to the right and look, I found my solid diamond. So this folds up. I'm going to turn it over to the other side, look for my last solid diamond. So if I turn this over to the right, I see my last solid diamond. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to take your pages and just fold it back a little bit. So notice all these pages here, we're going to fold it back just like that. And once you have this done, you're going to carefully take it apart. And you want to be really careful because you don't want it to rip at all, otherwise when you do the last step, it may fall apart. Okay, so we're left with a funny looking umbrella. So we're going to pretend that our umbrella got blown by the wind. So we're going to reverse it up like this. And notice how you have one square here that doesn't have many folds except for this one. We're going to leave that one alone. And we're going to work with this area here. Now, the first thing we're going to do is follow a few of these folds here. I want you to see this first fold up here. So I'm just going to turn it this way. Notice this fold here. I'm just going to bring that together. Okay, so this one's already folded in. I'm going to bring this together. Then I'm going to continue bringing it together like an accordion. Notice how it closes in together like that. Now this next part here, you're still following all the folds that you've made before, but I want you to notice how you have 3 of these items here. And I want you to notice how these items inside here are already folded. So this first side here, notice the way that I'm holding the origami piece. I'm going to tuck this back. Notice how it just tucks back. And you're going to do the same with this one over here. Let's move that over a little bit. This goes back like that. Okay, so this one here is also going back. The next one also going back like that. So once again, just following all the folds I made before. Okay, this side here, you're tucking it back, and this one is tucking back. Okay, so notice how it's starting to hold our shape together, but now we're left with these 3 items here. Now the way to fix that, you're going to look at it from this point of view. You will open it up here a little bit, and this tucks on the inside. Okay. Now going on to our second one here, you want to tuck it in on the inside. And then our last one here, you want to tuck it in on the inside. Okay, so this is an example for the 60-piece decorative origami. And I will have the next demonstration on how to put it together.